Today I want to show you my Fluke rig. If you've seen some of my videos before, you see I've been fluking a lot lately, and basically I'm going to show you what rig I use. So basically it's a high-low rig, and I only use basically hooks, sinker, and the mullets and the fluorocarbon line. And that's it. I don't use snaps and swivels. I don't think you really need them, and plus without them it's a little bit more stealthy. There's not too much stuff going on down there, and your bait looks absolutely natural. I'll make the high-low. So basically the high-low rig, you want to use about it depends on if you want to make a double loop or not. If it's a double, you'd want to use about 3 feet of line, or maybe a little bit more than 3 feet, maybe about 4 feet. But a single, I'd say a 3 feet is fine. So what I'm going to do is make that. Let me just go around here so you can see a little bit better maybe. Okay, so I'm just going to make one dropper loop. I don't think you really need to see two, but and you're not going to probably see this very well. I'm using 20-pound line. There's a lot of tutorials out there if you do want to learn the dropper loop, if you don't know it already. I'll just go on with the dropper. So basically the dropper, I'm just going to do about 4 or 5 turns. It's pretty simple. Just reach down and get it. Grab it with your mouth and cinch down. Before you really cinch down, you want to kind of wet it and then really cinch it down. So you got your dropper right here. Got your dropper, and then what you want to do is kind of look which end is longer or shorter, because I do have a preference where I want to put my sinker. So let's say the sinker you want to put on this side. Now the sinker, instead of using snaps, I'm going to use a surgeon's loop. Again, if you don't know how to do the surgeon's loop, you can find it on YouTube, or any other loop that holds, any other knot that holds a loop, like a perfection knot or something like that. So okay, so now I got my surgeon's knot here. I'm just going to trim the end. Okay, and what you want to do is, instead of using a swivel, you want to use maybe like a uni to uni, but my favorite line to line knot would be the Alberto knot. So what it is you fold the leader in half, about 2 inches, make the loop, take the braid and go through the loop, the hoop or loop, and oops, let's do that again. Go through, and then you're gonna pinch it down, and then you're gonna pull out about 5-6 inches of braid. Now what you're gonna do is wrap the 2 folded line about 7 times. Wrap it around about 7 times. Is that 5? Maybe 6. Here goes 7. And then now you're gonna, once you're at 7, you're gonna hold that side, let go of this one, and you're gonna go back this way, going around the same way. So you're gonna keep going around, but you're going back the other way. Okay, so let's say this is 7 times. And then what the important thing is, you have to go through the same way, have to exit it the same way, the way you entered. So let's say, the loop is here, you want both lines to go in like that, okay? And then wet it with your saliva. Now you're gonna take both ends and cinch it a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit. And then what you're gonna do is help it cinch down a little bit more. And when you do that, you keep going like that, help it go up a little bit more, and then cinch it down a little bit more until it's really tight. Okay, and now that's it. Basically, it's really simple. It's a really simple knot. I think it's the fastest knot, and not only that, I think it's 100% strength. This knot has never failed me. Okay, so and we're gonna cut the tag ends as close as you can without actually nipping the main line or leader. Okay, so that's it. That is really strong, and I use this for anything. I use the surf casting, so it doesn't break my my tip top guides. Because if you use a swivel, especially at night, you're gonna bang into it every time. So this is a lifesaver. I love this knot, and that's it basically. And what you're gonna do is put on all the other stuff, like the sinker. Just put it through the hole, wrap it, and that's it. And the hook. Now the hook is a little tricky sometimes because depending on the the thickness of the line and the hole of the hook, the eye. I mean, fresh fluorocarbon, like, it does not want to bend, so I found a good way to do it. You hook it so that way you have a really good handle on it, and then you could really squeeze it tight. Now you could take it out. Now what you do is roll your fingertips a little bit, and you can make that hoop really small and simple, and that goes in so easily. So once you're in, what you want to do is twist it and go back up and out. Now what you did was you locked it in basically. That's not coming off if you jig. But regardless, once you put in the mullet, it's going to stay in there. It's not going to come out. Now again, this is 3-out Gamakatsus. It fits perfectly with a 4-inch gulp. So I'm going to thread that in. Nose first. I'm going to go all the way in and then out the back fin. And that's it right there. That's lethal right there. This rig is lethal. This is a great rig. Now, the only thing the fish is gonna see when this rig is in the water is the line's gonna disappear, and all it's gonna see is a fish dangling. Yeah, it'll see a sinker, but it'll get tired of it, and he's gonna go for the thing that's jiggling. Okay, so you're just jigging, and underwater, believe me, this thing is gonna look fantastic. Okay, now you can't put a bucktail. You can't put a bucktail here. But the places where I fish, more than half the places, it's really sticky, really a lot of snags, especially after Sandy. There's a lot of debris pieces of like old piers and just a lot of stuff down there. It wasn't like that before Sandy, but Hurricane Sandy, but now it is. So, and it just seems to be there for good. So basically, I forego the bucktail and I use the sinker, and I don't see any drop in catch ratio. Believe me, they're gonna hit this, and even if you do have a bucktail, 90% of the time they're gonna hit the top anyway. So I mean, give it a try. I could get snagged about 8 times in a day. And if I use a bucktail, I could lose like $40 worth of tackle. I do not want to do that. So that's up to you. If you're comfortable with the bucktail, go for it. Use the bucktail. But this is pretty much my go-to right here. So if there's any other comments, I think that's about it. This is my rig. This is what I've been using in all my videos. And if you have any other comments or questions, just give me a comment on the comment section, and please subscribe. All right, hopefully I'll get a lot more videos out this year. All right, thanks guys.